once again joining us at the Micro Mini Lightning News Desk, where we bring you news you can use. News in 10 minutes. And as always, I'm joined by my friend and fellow newscaster.
This is Eric.
And Eric, we have much to bring the people, much news to tell them about. The rise of the machines, the aliens coming our directions. But we can only choose one of those topics today. And my friend, what are we choosing today?
I think we're choosing both of them in a way.
That is correct. Both in a way. All right, Eric. Well, hit us with that first story, my friend.
Well, our first story comes to us from Facebook. It's a small website. I'm not sure everyone has heard about it. It's at facebook.com. It's a social media website. I know most of you are used to getting news and entertainment from the Puck Podcast website, but this is another website.
And I'm assuming you're bringing this up because it's either run by aliens or robots. Am I getting that correctly?
There is news that it could be ran by a lizard man, yes. But that's not the news today. Today is talking about Area 51. There is a event that has been posted on Facebook talking about storming Area 51 to see those aliens.
So you mean people are saying that they're going to rise up and take Area 51 for themselves to see the aliens that we all know are there, but many government organizations have come out and said they're not, that it's really just a training ground
for the aliens. And the truth is the aliens are done trained up. They now run most of the social media conglomerates, such as Facebook and Twitter. So they aren't there, but we're going to just storm the grounds and see how they were trained so we can fight them eventually, hopefully.
Well, you're saying, so basically what you're telling me is that they are among us at this point. We have trained them to live among us, to hold a 9-to-5 job, and we've put them to work much like the rest of humanity and just had them integrate into society?
Yes, that is true. That is what I'm saying. Unless that we trained them, but they've trained us through many years of social media and discussing movies and films in which aliens are positive figures. I don't want to say anything crazy, but
E.T., I've got my eye on you.
That's right. Now, what does the movie teach us to fear? Our future selves, such as the documentary Terminator.
Yeah,
talking
true.
about how we will develop machines that will rise up against us. So basically, we're destroying ourselves, and we know that's not the truth.
Well, those machines we build are to fight the aliens.
Fight the aliens.
But it's a vicious circle that when we build them, they take us over. Then when the aliens show up, they build machines to fight our machines, and they get taken over to where it's just war between machines.
Well, here's what I actually seen.
Sci-fi call me. That is a great plot for a movie. Anyway.
Here's what I see. They fear us because our intellect, though we aren't at the pinnacle of our being yet, we could outgrow them, much as the future documentary Star Trek, where the Continuum, try to recruit Riker because they have stopped growing. Us humans have growth potential, and they fear that the machines, that we will cohabitate peacefully with the machines, and they will no longer be able to rule over us.
Oh, like the Matrix.
Like, in a way, I guess. They're trying to make us fear the machines and not develop them because they must have their own profits.
Well, that is very true. That's a very good editorial point. But let's get back to the story here at hand. What does this person hope to that posted this? What do they hope to see or do? I mean, how many people are behind them? What kind of army are we seeing rise up to do this?
This is awe-inspiring, Nick. We are seeing 1 million people rise up to fight against these aliens that have been training in our backyard. So the idea is to line up and at some given point run towards Area 51, the miles and miles inward, I guess, because remember when we were there doing our research?
Well, yes.
It is not easy to see nor find the facilities.
It's really not. But I guess the idea here is they can't stop them all.
They can't stop all of them. I think they can, but
well, here's my deal. I am more worried about if they can stop me. It's the ones that they can stop that I am concerned with. I am afraid that me and say the guy next to me and you,
all the people in the blast radius,
right?
That'll be stopped. Yeah,
because here's what the government has said. They're not as lighthearted about this situation as one might think. You know, the government being all about comedy and jokes. They've pretty much come out and said that they will defend their assets. The Air Force has said they will defend their assets and America's assets any way that they have to, which tells me they're not afraid to bomb a million people running towards.
But they're
American or not.
Yes, like we will defend your stuff by killing you.
Yeah, like we don't care how many crazy people you bring out. We're stopping you.
We'll stop you.
All right. Well, Eric, let's talk about crazy things, things that are American. There is a new. Moving on. There is a new robot.
Of course.
We talked about robot, but it is a construction robot. This robot, called the Archinaut,
cool name,
is going out into space, and it's going to be equipped with 2 3D printers, and it will be used to build space stations. And when space stations like need a new part, it can make that. It will make these things in space. So
what kind of stuff are we talking about? What kind of stuff are they looking to print with these 3D space printers?
Well, one of the first things they said that they will print are giant beams to be like the infrastructure for a space station.
Oh, that's very interesting.
And that sort of thing, so that they can have a platform to build on. It says, I got a quote here. This is from a Jim Reuter. He says, in space robotic manufacturing and assembly are unquestionable game changers and fundamental capabilities for future space exploration. By taking the lead in the development of the transformative technology, the United States will maintain its leadership. Excuse me, I'm getting choked up. Maintain its leadership in space exploration as we push forward with astronauts to the moon and then on to Mars. And when I read this article, I did think about that. This does have some interesting application to, as you know, people have been talking for years, inhabiting Mars, because we've screwed up this planet.
Well, yes. My biggest concern is NASA is, I believe, who's funding this. They gave something on the order of $73 million
yes,
to support this technology, is ran by the aliens we were just talking about from Area 51. So I am concerned about what they're building in space and what they're going to do with it, Nick.
Oh, well, buddy, if Justice League has taught us anything, this could be a good thing for our heroes to keep an eye on us and to defend us from evils we don't even know are coming.
Heroes such as the Martian Manhunter
and Batman
and Superman,
who I might point out that Trump actually thinks lives. I think he did ask for Batman at one point, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
Oh, buddy, I'll look this up.
We'll have to look that up.
We'll look this up later. But I mean, this is kind of a neat.
It is pretty cool.
A neat thing. Like you said, a great name. Archonauts. It does remind me a little bit of Mega Man, with all the robots that each have a specific job and they go crazy.
Like the Leaf robot.
Yeah.
The gear robot.
The gear robots. You have the fire robot. You have the snake robot. The lamb robot. They all had their purposes. Anyway, we need to move on, my friend. There is a new term we want to educate the people about. This is our dictionary moment.
Ah, dictionary. Get to learning, guys.
Eric, what would you call a moon that has run away from its planet, that it's just out there by itself, that has its own orbit. What would you call this?
Willis.
Okay, no, they have decided on something else. They originally, the term moons.
Moons, that's a great name. Sounds like an anime.
And we were going to put cows on it, I believe, and see how they did, but instead they went with a plunet.
A plunet, that's a great name. That's fun.
It is.
That's a fun word to say.
It is a term. It said it. It was researchers. That's our time, but I'll end with this. A team of researchers had to come up with this name. It is amazing to me that it took a team to come up with a name that I believe a kindergartner could have come up with.
It sounds like something a child would say offhandedly.
You're trying to teach them the word planet, they'd be like, plunet.
Plunet. I love it. I think it's great. Good job, NASA. Aliens? Is it NASA? I'm assuming it's NASA.
Buddy, I'm going to just go with one and the same. NASA is run by aliens, I believe, now. So we put them in charge just because they've already been there, done that, and they can lead humanity. So, Eric, speaking of leading humanity, why don't you lead them to where they can find us?
Well, you can find us all over the internet. First and foremost, you can find us at puckpodcast.website, pucpodcast.website. That is our home base. You can also find us on these social media platforms, if any of you know of them: Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. Just search for Pulpit Chair Podcast. Our handle is at Pulpit Chair Pod on Twitter. That's where you can find us, and you can find us on all the podcasting apps that your little heart can dream of. Nick.
All right, thank you once again for joining us at the Micro Mini Lightning Newscast News Desk, where we bring you news you can use. And as always, have a great day.
Bye.